Huzzah, good people of podcast land. I am Anthony Token Squid Price, also known as Tony, with episode number 2 of season number 2 of the I Am Damaged podcast. This is a presentation of ToMack Entertainment. Any proceeds which occur as a result of this podcast, those proceeds will go to the Gold Star Ride Foundation, a 501c3 charity organization that helps families of fallen veterans. Again, what we're doing with this podcast is reading my personal journals. And at the end of that, we will read through the court documents, which are in all these boxes behind me. And I have said before that if what happened to me were to be made into a movie and you watched that movie, you would walk out of the theater saying that could never happen in real life. I'm here to tell you that it can, it does, and it will again. I'm sorry it has been so long since I posted my last episode. I think that was about 6 weeks ago. But there's an awful lot of stress involved with each one of these. Again, we are just reading from the journals. And this particular episode starts November 6th, 2009 at 5:20 p.m. With Luke at karate class, today has been a very full day, as they all are. Last night I finished a radio script, and I worked until 2 or 2:30. Then I went to bed with a great deal of back pain. I tried to rest, but every now and then a sharp and intense pain would shoot through me and wake me up. I woke at 6:15 to take Luke to school, first time in 9 days, and I took Tekla and Valentino with me. Luke was on time, maybe even early, and Valentino was dropped at 8:40 at Good Dog Groomer. Then it was off to Red Wing for care. The pain is still as strong as ever, even though he adjusted 8 places on my back. Coming home, I stopped at Tim's place and tried to learn about the printer. Tekla loved the visit with the horses. Deb took her out while I worked, and it looks like she needs a new motherboard in it. I had a nice visit with Tim also. Then I stopped at the pawn shop and gave the script to Bob. He seems excited to play the old guy. From there, I went to the Farmers Insurance and fixed Bob's PC and shared the script with Carrie, who I asked to read a part. Then went to get Valentino and come back home. En route, I spoke at length with Kelly, who was my friend in my youth. We spoke at length about the years that we've been away from each other. I invited her to help with the Stalutech Foundation, since she had 20 years' experience as an accountant, and it was fun to catch up. Anna saw a Dr. Oz show this week that instructed on how to have good sex, and she's been very supportive, especially since then. She's been singing Tina Turner songs throughout the house. Luke's class is over now. November 11th, 2009, Wednesday, 4:35 p.m. with Luke at karate class. This is why I'm writing it while Luke is at karate class. Saturday we came and we picked up his green belt. He was, and still is, so excited about it. Each day has melted into another. Time moves so fast. The weekend was extremely painful on my back. Monday, first thing, I went to Cave On with Luke, who did not have school. The adjustment was much better than previous, however, pain lingered. Today I went to Stefan with Luke for a swim and a hot tub. My hair is still wet from the swim. Right now I feel better than I have in weeks. The sale of product placement to the motherboard company seems to have fallen apart. He won't return my calls. However, other companies are, including, to date, Kasha Cereal, Flying J, and Petro. Facebook is continuing to expand with 1185 today. Additionally, Stalutech got a cause page on Facebook, which has 100 fans already. TMR has more than 200 now. I updated both websites to offer t-shirts for sale. TMR refers people to the Stalutech, and PayPal has reinstated me, so donations are back up on the website. Kelly spoke at length with me for a while about doing the work of the accounting for the Stalutech Foundation. She will come on board soon. Today is Veterans Day. Not many people were in the office today, and Luke is about done. November 12th, 2009, Thursday, at karate. Last night was weird. Anna was mad about something, but I don't know what. After karate, I went up to work and I waited too long to eat. Tekla was on my lap and Anna called us to dinner, which was very good as usual, but after eating I started to get dizzy and I laid down and passed out. When I woke about an hour later, Luke was engaged with an argument with Anna about homework. Turns out Luke had told Anna that it was homework done for the week he missed school. The argument led to Luke being put into a corner for a while. I got up and talked with Luke, and it turned out he just wanted the dishwasher off because it was too loud. I took over helping him with his homework, but it was too late. She was already in fight mode, which she kept all night, even to arguing with Luke while he was in bed. Tekla was in a weird funk too, not falling asleep until after 10. While I was laying with Tekla at about 9:15, my phone rang. It was Patty, who had just received a message from me about money I found in her mother's name. It was fun to catch up a bit. I got up and went to my PC. Tekla sat on my lap. After a few minutes, I rocked with Tekla until she went to sleep. Then I went down to watch TV with a bowl of cereal. Downstairs, Anna just acted ugly. I don't know what's up with that, but after an hour, she went to bed. Today, she was still upset and was difficult to talk to, but she kept Tekla busy while I worked in the basement on computers. I spoke with Patty again, who had already purchased her new laptop. It was short and cold today, while last night was warm and friendly. I'm willing to bet last night she was alone, today not. I also spoke at length with Lynn, who I met as a real estate closer, which she still does. I had worked on her computer many years ago and saved some data, which I'd found. After an hour, I learned she wants to be part of the movie and does want the old discs I had found. Now we have another player. After Lynn, I spoke to May, who was on a Twin Cities radio station for 20 years. She is also very excited about the project. An email came to me from Renee, who says she'll call. We'll see. I took Tekla to get Luke at 2, and we went to the bank and a grocery store on the way home. Once home, I worked 10 minutes before coming here to karate. I called Marvin again. I'm pretty sure he is no longer available to do product placement. He doesn't take my calls. Tomorrow is another day. November 13th, 2009, Friday, 3:13 p.m. I'm sitting in my truck waiting for a customer to call with directions. That call should be here soon. Last night was again weird at our house. After karate, I worked on PCs for 15 minutes while Anna made dinner and the kids watched TV. They called me up and I set the table. Anna was in a mood, so I was just being nice as I could. The meal was tasty as usual, and everyone ate too full. Luke asked for ice cream, and Luke and Tekla got it. There wasn't enough for all. Then I got up, and I shared 4 fig cookies with everyone. Luke asked for one. I ate one. Anna ate 2, letting Tekla eat only ice cream. 10 minutes later, Tekla was looking for a cookie, and Anna blew up. She was cleaning dishes and started screaming about Tekla and this cookie and how if I gave her the cookie, then she was going away, like to bed. And I would have to clean the kitchen and get up with Luke and take him to school and make his breakfast and his lunch in the morning. And I would have to take Tekla with me in the morning. All this work would be slammed onto me if I gave Tekla a fig cookie, which she didn't have, which everyone else did have. Oh, she didn't get one, but I did put some in my pocket to sneak to her later if I had the chance. I helped Luke with his homework, then made popcorn, and we all watched Monkey Trouble on VHS. We got halfway through it when it was bedtime. Anna was in a good mood by the time popcorn was served. After the kids went to sleep, I went down to work, and I worked until 3 a.m. When I got up at 6:10, I showered and learned that Anna had made Luke's lunch. Today, I took Luke and then went to Kayvon for an adjustment and installed PC I worked on all night. I had to rerun a network cable for his office too, so I was there a little while. Then I picked up a laptop in Hastings and went to see Sally in Oakdale. Right now I'm stopped in Cottage Grove waiting for this customer. Luke is in Club Tiger. October 14th, 2009, Saturday, 10:05 a.m. I fixed the PC yesterday so I didn't have to bring it home. They tipped me $60. At home, Anna was crabby again, making frozen pizza for dinner. I picked up Luke at 5, and we were both hungry because he was wanting to go to a restaurant, and I called Anna to see if that dinner plan was just to play a little. It backfired. She bitched until we said goodbye. Dinner was loud. Anna was crabby. So crabby. After we sat in the TV room, I'm not even sure what made her angry, but she just said, "Okay, fine, I'll leave." And she picked up her laptop and went upstairs. At bedtime, I put the kids in their beds, but Tekla started fussing and went to Anna. When she came in, I kissed Luke and Tekla. Then left. Downstairs, I ate my cereal with my TV on, and she came down. I invited her to watch with me, and Tekla started calling for me. I went up to lay with her and I fell asleep. I woke about 4, went downstairs, finished watching TV and worked on Facebook, slept in my chair until the kids came downstairs. Everyone woke up fighting. Luke and Tekla argued about what to watch and who gets to sit with Daddy in the chair. Anna came down and made eggs, but found a way to argue with Luke about the number of forks on the table. Not just a little, a lot. Once food was being chewed, the fighting stopped. She's still mad about something, but we're at karate now. November 16, 2009, Monday. Walking behind Tekla while Luke was in karate. Anna went to work yesterday morning. Saturday night was mostly my night to be crabby. Tekla was in a fighting mood, and I let it get to me just a bit. She didn't want to go to bed. She didn't want to go potty. She didn't want to do anything. I told her she must because it's bedtime. My patience was thin, and I picked her up. She screamed. I carried her to bed. Then Anna took over, and I went to do laundry. While putting the smelly clothes in the wash, I realized that she was controlling me, and I don't want my reaction to be based on anyone else's behavior toward me. I went back upstairs where Tekla was crying for Daddy. I lay down with her until she was sleeping, and I went to watch TV. Anna went to bed right away, and I worked on Facebook for a while before going to bed around midnight. Yesterday, Anna went to work while we ate breakfast. After, we went to church. A woman with 3 boys sat near us. She said she was from Spain and was here 14 years. After church, we stayed outside, Luke riding his bike and looking for friends, me following Tekla. I made dinner of leftover pork chops with spaghetti. Not bad, but not good either. This a.m., Luke was late. We got there almost 8. After Tekla went to school, an attorney came by to negotiate my Social Security benefits for me. Then went to pick up Tekla, then get a laptop from Sharif and drop off a script at Dr. Dog's house. Then we came home with Luke and worked on Luke's homework. November 17, Tuesday, 5:17 p.m. Just stopped an argument with Anna which took place in front of Tekla. Not so much of an argument as me talking and her yelling. She says it's the Italian way. I took a nap with Tekla while she went to the store. While I slept, the meat she had on the stove burned. More later. 6:37 p.m. Abid. Had to go get Luke. He was late. I just cleaned the kitchen and made dinner which everyone ate. Last night's spaghetti with tonight's burnt pork. Except Anna. She said it sits like a rock and refused to eat it. Both kids cleaned their plates, and now me and Tekla are at the store for popcorn. When Anna came home from the store and found the burnt pork on the stove, she went into a silent rage. She had been angry all day, and this was just a reason. I had asked her twice this morning while both kids were in school why she was mad, but she shrugged it off then. I sat down to ask her why she was so upset. I offered apologies for falling asleep with Tekla. I suggested that I never promised to be perfect. All my attempts were answered with her screaming accusations and complaints. She said I must be crazy when I asked why she was mad. I told her I knew she was mad before, and I didn't ask her. And didn't I ask her? Then she screamed, "You must be crazy." Apparently, she didn't remember me asking her in the morning. So I asked her if it was okay that when I forget something, she asked that I should be the worst person on the planet. So I asked her if it was okay that when I forget something, she asked that I should be the worst person on the planet, while she can simply call me crazy when she forgets. She got stuck with a "you must be crazy," unable to say anything else for at least a full minute. She went back to typing on her PC when I asked her why she had to continually type the one message over and over. Didn't she have just one posting to put on the website for just one trip she needed to get rid of? At this she popped. With both hands, she slammed her laptop screen, pushing it all the way across the table. I knew, and I think she knew too, that it went too far. I didn't speak, and neither did she. I started to write at 5:17. This was particularly interesting because of my thoughts throughout. I stayed calm. I thought about every word. I spent time analyzing everything, thinking, how does this help us? And how can I lead her to her own conclusion that her anger is harmful? And the big one, she's trying to make me mad, but I won't go there. Done writing for now. November 18, 2009, Wednesday. When I got home, it was all gone. No more angry mama, but I could tell that the slightest infraction would have her screaming. So last night and today, I avoided that. However, the ice cream and chocolate bar helped smooth things over. Today was a wishy-washy sort of a day. I tried to spend time in the basement working, but Anna got a new laptop today, which meant that she was too distracted to keep tabs on Tekla. Most of the day was up and down the steps, never working for more than an hour straight. A couple of important things from today. No kids were around. I was able to get a little playful with her, but she pushed me away after only 1 minute. Another event today was Tekla, who woke up from a nap, then got into the ink refill kit and painted her feet and hands. Also, I tried to make contact with both AMD and Intel for product placement. Messages left at both places. And Anna had talked to me last night about Christmas, which she is scheduled to work. Well, was. She became argumentative when I suggested that she put some money on her trip to get someone to take it from her. She said she wanted to go early in December so she could work. I told her we couldn't pull the kids out of school so she could go alone. Today, someone took the trip, and we're back on for Italy at Christmas. And now, I'm sitting at karate with Luke. Gina called me and asked me if I could help with a terminal neighbor with home movies. I'll call them right now. November 19, 2009, Thursday. Waiting to pick up Luke. Today has already been full. I worked on PCs last night till about 1 a.m., then worked on Luke's school fundraising until 2. Up at 6 for a shower, dropped Luke and went to Red Wing for a chiropractic visit. Spoke with Becky there, who told me about a pizza place in Lake City that just closed. He's here. He is Luke. November 20th, 2009, Friday. It's now 9:10 a.m. Sitting in Red Wing waiting for the chiropractic. Yesterday When we came home, I tried to get some work done downstairs, but Tekla was helping, so little was done. In fact, Anna was so busy with her new laptop that Luke missed karate again. I came up for dinner, which was a lot of leftovers. Great dinner. After dinner, I worked for a bit, but fell asleep at the keyboard. Before going down, Julie came by to pick up a camera that I had gotten for her. This will allow her and her dying husband to watch family movies for the short time he has left. We spoke for nearly an hour in the driveway, and I did my best to distract her with my upbeat personality. I hope I was able to make her day just a little bit better. After dinner, Lena came by with 2 laptops for me to fix, and I sat down to watch TV with the kids. Anna kept playing with laptops. At bedtime, we did the usual, with Tekla rocking with me while Anna did whatever, and Luke went right to sleep. I fell asleep with Tekla for a short time and then went to be with Anna. I was in bed myself by 12:30, up this morning by 6:15. Now I'm installing software for Kayvon and waiting for him to give me a small token for this additional PC. I spoke with my sister a week ago today, and we talked about writing Bridget's story. I jokingly said, we have to start the canonization process, to which she laughed. I made the comment to Gina 2 days ago when she told me about Julie and Terry, and I told Julie about it in my driveway yesterday. Today, I think Kathy will be here again, and I can tell her about Julie. I'm guessing that if we involve a few people to pray to Bridget, this miracle can happen, even though Terry has already decided to die. Perhaps it's time to call my mother and get this chain moving. Okay. I don't think it's because I want a saint in the family, but I would like to work toward the naming of a saint who was just a regular person who worked with her family and died young. November 21st, 2009, Saturday, in the morning at karate with Luke. Here's a weird funk in our house again. There's a weird funk in our house again. I should be used to it by the cycles. I'm sure I have done something to set it off, but I doubt I know what. I came home from Red Wing to find her amiable, but I knew something made her unhappy. I got home just in time for her to get Luke, and I asked her to take Tekla, which she did. I went straight downstairs to make phone calls to get this radio play started. Tekla came down after a bit, and I came up for a snack. Anna let Tekla get in the way while she continued to work on her PC. Since she got it, there has been no laundry done. The dishes were washed once by me. The house sort of falls apart when she gets like this. I'm sure her funk is based on the cleanliness of our house, not me. The businesses were closed, so I bought Tekla up for dinner at about 6. She had nothing planned, saying Luke had eaten his school lunch for dinner, and didn't you and Tekla just have a snack? I was very tired, so I lay on the couch with Tekla when my phone rang. Kelly was livid because her car had a problem. She asked me to meet her at the dealer, which I did, but not before Anna let me know that she now had another reason to be pissed at me. I thought I could take Luke along, but she said no. If there was going to be a woman screaming in front of Luke without a reason, it would be her. I managed to calm down Kelly and get the deal, and the dealer was closed. So she dropped the keys and I took her home. She bought me a Taco Bell for dinner and I paid for the car behind us, as usual. I came home at about 9, just after they went to bed. I kissed them goodnight and got some ice cream to watch TV. I watched her stuff, leaving her the remote even when she tried to give it to me. I watched her stuff, the programs that she wanted. Between Oprah and her laptop, she didn't talk. But when she did, it was mean and argumentative. When she went to bed, I slept on my chair. Tekla woke me up asking for juice at 6:20 a.m. And I went back to sleep on the couch with Tekla watching TV until grouchy Anna came down. Karate is done now. November 24th, 2009, Thursday, 11 a.m. On Sunday, I left with Luke to give Kelly a ride after dropping her car with my mechanic. Sharif, we crisscrossed with my mechanic, Sharif. We crisscrossed the cities in a giant X and went to Mass at St. Mary's Basilica in Minneapolis. A woman walking in with us said, "Oh, you go to LOG, right?" "Often," I said. And she replied, "I recognize you from there." And we went in. Luke was a very well-behaved boy sitting in the pew with me. We talked more of his first communion. I returned a laptop to its rightful owner on the way home and got a much-needed $20 reward. Stopped at Target and spent every penny I had on diapers and stuff. Even had to get 20 cents from the penny cup when I got Luke his dinner. Anna was crabby again when we got home, and Tekla was still sick. She had a mild fever all day. A little TV, then off to bed. I decided to go to bed early since Anna was leaving in the morning for work. I was in bed with the still grumpy wife by 11. She tossed and turned for at least 30 minutes before either of us fell asleep. Monday was home all day with sick Tekla, and Luke stayed home because Tekla couldn't go out. I worked a little, but not much. Lena came and picked up her laptop about 5 and gave me $80. Now I'm not broke. Last night, Tekla would not fall asleep. We rocked her in her room a bit, but I laid her down and tried to work on the website. But she came in with me and sat on my lap. 20 minutes later, I put her back to bed, then found her watching TV downstairs. So we rocked downstairs for 35 minutes before she fell asleep. I carried her to bed, then worked on the website till almost 2 a.m. My alarm didn't ring, so I kept Luke home again with Tekla today. We've been doing very little today. Luke is playing video games. With all that, I'm sitting in a strange funk. I feel overwhelmed by the pressures of my life today. Not suicidal or anything, just bad. I feel bad that I can't pay my bills. I can't make my movie. I can't buy a laptop for Devin and Jerry. I can't fix the ones that they sent to me. My energy is low. I even feel bad that I didn't get Luke to school today. Anna will be home tonight and the house is trashed. I feel bad about that too. Last night watching TV with Luke and Tekla, we watched a Disney movie about an 11-year-old who wins a national spelling bee. Luke was applauding as the contest went on. It was quite a thing. November 22nd, 2009, Friday, Black Friday, 11 a.m. Black Friday? Doesn't seem quite right. Anna let me sleep in the morning, which was blissful. Thanksgiving yesterday was great. Everyone just sick enough not to go anywhere. Anna came home at about 10:30 in the morning while we were trying to watch a parade on TV. We had a big dinner at 4 with roast pork followed by 3 pies. Then I felt dizzy. I had some wine, so I was allowed to take a nap on the couch from 5 to 7 with the kids and the dog jumping all over me. I couldn't ask for more. Wednesday was a rough day. My mother called, so Anna called her back. In that conversation, my mother unloaded all the evil that my family has perpetrated about Gary. This turned into an argument with me about why I didn't do anything to save my sisters. I have written opinions about that before, so I'm not going to do it here. My opinions about Gary have been written about before. Eventually, Anna talked with at least Gina and Ann about it. I'm not sure what calmed her down, but she left for work in a pretty good mood. It was only that 3 hours or so that she was hell-bent on something. In my email, I got a note from one Lord A, who appears to be the head of more than one business in Europe. He is likely British, but he lives in Switzerland. He says his new business, a .com business, would be well suited to product placement at 25 cents per unit. I'm excited again. I now have received interest from Chero, Harley Davidson, MGM, MCM, Lord A, and Mall of America. End of today's podcast. This has been a presentation of ToMack Entertainment. Click the like and subscribe. Tell a friend about it. We will move forward. We're going to get all of these things done. We're now at the end of November 2009. The next one will probably be the first week of December 2009. And I promise you things are about to get hairy because it was my birthday in 2010. February 2/10, 2010. Only 2 more months from where we're at right now in these journals, when things got extraordinarily ugly. The trip to Italy is going to say a whole bunch of neat stuff. That was in December of 2009. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Tune in next time. Do the like, the subscribe, tell a friend about it, all that stuff. If you would like to have a copy of the journals themselves so that you can read along with us or whatever, send a letter, send an email to, send it to info@goldstarride.org, and we will see if we can get you a PDF copy of these journals as we read along. That's all I have for today. Thank you. See you next time.